So this is going to be a mess to clean up, but it's kind of appropriate. So let's get this out of the way. Ta-da! So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another interesting video. That's, if you saw the thumbnail, this is going to be interesting. So the backstory behind this, just a little bit of backstory, basically. I found this by accident like a year ago in 2019, and I never bought one, but I liked the hardback feel of this actual sketchbook, but I never bought one until mid-November of this year, and I bought it when apparently this company is discontinuing these types. So yeah, so when I was actually at the store, I bought 3, thinking that they were going to be about $3 a piece, so that would have been $9. But when I got to the register, turns out they were $1 a piece, and with tax included, it was like $1.07. But still, yeah, that was a pleasant surprise on a very odd Sunday. So when I found that out, I went ahead and bought 5 in total. I bought another 2, and yeah. And honestly, I just like how they look like this. This is just like it's like I collected some books, like the 5 books in a series. George, please release the 6th book. Anyway, I like the look of these. So I'm just gonna take you all on a little journey of completing the first, I'll say 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 pages, just to see what this little guy can do, because it is advertised as mixed media, meaning that I can use acrylic. This is actually more acrylic, watercolors, as well as sketching pencils. So what I actually want to do is to see how good it holds up against oil pastel. Let's see, color pencils, as well as my aqua graphics pens. And also, I'm going to see how much water it can take before it actually bleeds through. And speaking of bleeding, the king of all bleeding, a Sharpie. If this thing can take a Sharpie and not actually get bled through too hard, that is going to be a win for me, and I'm kind of excited for that. So before I actually get started, the one thing I always do whenever I open up a new sketchbook is to give it a loose sheet of paper. This is definitely going to mess up the white balance, but I give it a loose sheet of paper and I add it into the back of this little guy. And yeah, that's how that goes. And it's bound too. It's nicely bound. Okay, this is definitely going to mess up the white balance. Oh, that's awful. So I can take this tape off. This tape was just to mark it so I can pick which one I wanted to use. And I'm going to take this off as well, because we're going to paint the cover of this one too. I just don't know what I want to paint it as first. Yeah. So with that being said, I have a massive mess around me. This is definitely going to be fun. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the first page. This is not the first page. I might use it though. Here we go. First page. We're probably going to use these two. So let's see. What I am going to do first. We're going to swatch a couple of things just to see. Let's start here at the top. Okay. Color pencil goes down nicely. Well, I'm not really doing too much with it, but color pencil does go down nicely, so I like that. And it mixes nice too. Might not be able to see that. So that works. That works a little bit. Let's do a random char. This is a hard charcoal. Another thing that you want to try to do whenever you get a new sketchbook is to see, even before you buy it, just to see how the texture of the paper feels for you. This paper is extremely smooth, but I don't know the poundage of this particular type of paper, and it doesn't say it on the label. The poundage, what I mean by that is the thickness of the paper, and that thickness is usually labeled in pounds. So if you have 29-pound paper, that paper is typically going to be very thin. But if you have 100-pound paper like I usually use on my sketchbooks, or 140-pound paper like I use with my watercolor sketchbook that you have seen me I've been drawing in a lot, it's going to be very hard to rip that paper with your actual materials. So that kind of works. So the best way to figure out if it is good paper is to see how well it works against the liquid mediums. And we're definitely going to put some, let's see. Oh, cool. No bleed through. This is early in the morning for me to be drawing, so I'm not going to be drawing anything coherent, but I do want to. There we go. A quick portrait of a person with a big nose. This is interesting. Okay, so done with that. This one's actually very thin. Let's get a thicker Copic marker. Let's get a thicker micron. Okay. This writes very nicely. I like the more I feel the paper, the more I'm going to like it a little bit. It's pretty cool. I like it. But I wonder how this side. Oh, this paper. So the cover sheets have a bit more pizzazz. So one thing I want to keep in mind is what I want to draw. Actually, I'm going to paint on the front cover. I'm just not sure what I'm going to paint just yet. Well, I have an idea, but and it's best to still work on something. But I may do a I'm not sure. I may draw a character. I may draw one of my own characters. I may draw just a head looking up. I'm not sure yet. Well, I'm not sure what I want to do just yet. I hope this doesn't like take too far of the page, because if it does, I'm gonna have to change it up a little bit. Huh. There's a quick portrait. I like doing this. This is the type of thing that I was doing a lot in. My phone just fell. This was the type of thing I did a lot when I was just starting out. I would draw these little portraits, and actually, side profiles were the death of me. Basically, they were the hard. Wait, what is this? No, this is not this. Drawing side profiles was one of the hardest things. How does a Sharpie do? I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, guys. Drawing side profiles was the hardest thing for me to do when I first started my little art journey. But now, after a lot of practice, I can do this a little bit better if my hand doesn't cramp up again. Because as much as I love the cold does not love me. I gave him an extra chin. Cut that in a little bit. That was not my intention. Okay. A box in the 3D space. One thing that I actually have been paying attention to a lot more is how much of these boxes I draw, because I draw a lot of shapes in 3D for some reason. I don't know why, but I just do now. So this right here is a bit more festive than I thought it would be. These are scented markers. I have 6 of these. Yes, 6. And this is this black one is chimney scented. I don't know how chimney smells. Then I have gingerbread brown, sugar plum purple, maybe violet, and then Christmas tree green and Santa's cookie yellow. Santa's cookie is basically a sugar cookie. That's what it smells like. I haven't drawn with these in so long. Oh, well. Chimney smells good. Chimney smells good. You heard it here. You heard it here first. But yeah, usually when I have to check stuff like this, I end up drawing abstract shapes, or I follow the texture of the brush and I make something that is a bit funny or a bit provocative and makes you think. So this is a, let's see. Can I correct? There you go. Boom. All right. I have made a beast man. Give him an eye. And then a nose here. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. So it works with this. Right now we're still kind of in the dry medium phase. This is a Jelly Roll white pen. It's good for making white markings. Unfortunately, on white paper, even when you have dark colors down, you may or may not actually be able to see this working properly. But it doesn't rub off. And the bigger the size you have, I usually use this 0.5. I have a 0.8 here, but the 0.5 usually works just as well. But the bigger the size, usually that's going to work better for you. Let's see. I actually haven't drawn with pencil, so let's see how a pencil goes. I don't know what I'm drawing just yet. Usually I don't until it's. So I'm gonna be drawing a lot of side portraits. So that's going to be the theme right now, side portraits. because I actually, again, I'm going to stick with this type of style with the front of the book. So if you see a lot of portraits, that may or may not be why. I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but I'm doing it like this nonetheless. We're starting to fill up this first page. Let's see how much else we can add to it. So oil pastel. Just to let you all know, I haven't used an oil pastel in years. This actually came with one of those. What was it? This was in a like a $20 art kit that you could find just like in Walmart or in the general art store when you didn't want to buy your kids anything too expensive. This is, I think you need to heat oil pastels up just a little bit for them to work. Or if you heat up oil pastels to anything, they might melt. But we'll figure that out. But these are not crayons though. They are actually very good mediums to use if you use them properly. Not like how I'm doing, but this kind of worked. This kind of worked though. Let's find another one. Orange. So let's see how orange goes. Another side profile. This one's just a little bit. Just draw a hunch on the back. Boom. Okay, cool. Huh. Oh, he's looking this. He's looking. Let's see. He's looking that way just a little bit. If you follow my finger, that's how he's going to be looking right now. So let's draw in an eye. And then another eye here. Just a little bit over. Let's give him a hairline here. A little bit of an ear. And just trace over him like that. I like it. That's just a little something. But I am really digging this. Really digging. I keep coming back to it. And this is something that's going to keep happening. So this is probably going to be the thumbnail. Let's draw another one though. Notice that I haven't had an eraser. I've been neglecting my erasers for a very long time. It's been like 2 years, and my erasers are honestly not being used. Even these small ones that are in this pencil and in the other types of pencils I have just like this, they're not being used properly, meaning that I'm not erasing that much. But as an artist, I've come to understand that certain things don't need to be erased. Or at least that's what I keep telling myself. Because, yeah. That's kind of funny. Okay. I don't like that. But this is loose. This one's a bit more finer. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it's because a lot of the times, the first time I do something, that works the best because I have the vision already in my head before I start doing something. But we're going to come back to this. Let's see. We're going to come back to this in a little bit. And let's add some paint to this area right here. So we're going to go to the next page first. Ooh. So it looks like the Sharpie has bled through. So that means that this is probably 80-pound paper. Maybe 75-pound paper. Which, that's good. That's mostly good, kind of. 80-pound paper is good when it's in a small package like this. When you have bigger 80-pound paper, it's not really desirable. Let's make some boxes. Make some boxes for the paint. And because this is 80-pound paper, that means the water is probably not going to sit well with this overall. That's not good. Partially not. It's partially not good. It's gonna be blue, and then this one's gonna be blue as well. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wait, no, not these, not these. Yes, let's use these. Let's see. Where's my... All right, we're gonna lay down a little bit of acrylic first. If it doesn't splatter on me. Plop. So we have the primaries of acrylic. Let's lay down some gouache. If I can find the gouache. So I can't find the gouache. Oof. That's not good. That is not good because that's Prussian blue I'm looking for. Oh yeah, I have a cup from IHOP because I have water just everywhere. So I always keep water with me whenever I paint. Now we have water to paint with and clean the brushes. Speaking of which, I need to find the brushes. All right, so found the brushes and I found the gouache. So let's lay the gouache down too. A glob of the good stuff, another glob here. I wanted to use mostly the same colors, or at least as ew. The red always comes out like poop. I don't like that. That's interesting. So we have gouache versus acrylic, and we shall see who comes out on top, basically. Actually, before I do that, let's add a bit of white. And the white, titanium white, should work with both of these, actually. So let's take, boom. All right, so we got blue and white. Let's see. This whole page was supposed to be a gradient, and now it's not. And now it's failed me. But we'll figure it out in a second. Oh, uh-oh. And I got it all down there. We'll have to figure this out. I also have some liquid medium, which I can use to extend the life of this acrylic paint. But I'm not too sure if I want to use it just yet. Let's see. Quick paint sketch, paint sketch, paint sketch. Okay, that kind of worked. That was fun. All right. Let's see how the water lays down. Okay. The water lays down just a little bit better than I thought it did. That's kind of good. Now, let's see. Ooh. Okay, cool. Okay, that's cool. All right. Now, because I only have so much time with these acrylic paints before they just absolutely not work anymore. Okay. And then let's do that. We're definitely going to get a pink here. And we already got it. Okay. And let's go ahead and just spread it around just a little bit. All right. We're going to intersect it with the blue. And we're getting a bit of purple. Just a little bit. Okay, it looks a lot darker on the screen than it does here in real life. So let's, I'm going to have to mess with that. So let's just do a little abstract piece. Not bad. Not bad at all. So let's see. Next, I'm going to have to take some yellow and see how that works. Boom, 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 boom. Let's take a little bit of blue and add to a background. Let me add some water here. That's what I meant to say. I want some water, so the water is going to be blue. Maybe. Ooh, I got some water. Ooh. Okay, cool. I actually have a bit of water here. So let's let's add a bit of depth. A little bit of red. A bit more red here. I don't know. This is how most of the doodles in my previous sketchbooks start off as, especially the ones where I just do this cave. I just do this cave design a lot, and it's just a quick way to fill up the sketchbook, and just help me with some brush work. Is it something that I should do all the time? No, because I actually like doing other stuff. But this is fun. So we're going to stop that because my yellow is probably going to be drying out in like 10 seconds. Also, keep napkins with you, everybody, whenever you have to paint, because napkins save lives when they're done right. Okay, so this is going to be a little orange because there's a little bit of red here. But all right. This is going to be blue because I did something stupid. There's a little bit of blue under here, and that blue is probably going to show through as a green. it's already showing. Oh yeah, it's already mixing up with the, if you can see that. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just add it here, and it'll look. Oh, it may or may not look good. Okay. Okay. This just looks stinky, but I like it. It's strong enough to hold. Yeah, it definitely is. Oh yeah, definitely. It's strong enough to hold the acrylic paint. And I'm kind of surprised at that, but I don't know if I should be, because acrylic paint is a lot more of a dry medium than it is a wet medium at times, because of how it dries and how it doesn't actually need water. But now I'm just talking, basically. But I think that's it. So on to gouache. Now let's see how gouache works. That's a lot of phthalo blue. I mean, that's a lot of, which one is this? Prussian blue. Okay, so let's see. The Prussian blue is so vibrant. It's so good. It's so good. And I painted something by accident. I like it. So we'll add some water just to see. And that water works nicely. Let's carry it down here. Oh yeah, I like doing these abstract stepstones too. It's interesting. All right, so before we do that, all right, so now let us add some red to the canvas. The dextrin that is the medium for the gouache in some of my gouache paint is very loose, and it's separated from the pigment itself, which is why when I take out some of it, when I put some of the gouache paint onto my palette, it actually doesn't really work. I mean, it looks very liquidy and doesn't really work as best as it can. This is difficult to phrase, but I like this one. I like it. That one's cool. Add a bit of water. See what we get here. This is basically me when I first swatched out gouache in my gouache video, but it's always good to revisit something like this. And let's mix this up a little bit. Getting a bit of orange here, or just a little bit, and then we're diving in. We're mixing up that purple, that blue, and getting a bit of a violet purple. Let's add this in here. Okay, some of this acrylic is still wet too, so that's going to help a little bit, kind of, partially, maybe, I hope. And I've always thought about taking acrylic paint and making some dyed water to see how it works. Just to see if I'd be able to paint, do some light coloring, actually, is what I should say. Do some light coloring with it. So that dextrin here is still, loose on the gouache paint. So this is yellow gouache here. It's about the same color. It's the same color. It's lemon yellow as the, come on. It's the same lemon yellow color as the acrylic here. That's what it is. Actually, it looks a little brighter. All right. So water time, water time, water time. A little bit of green in it because, yep. So the aqua pen is making some of this run off, and it is bleeding a little bit. But that's okay, because these are all test pages. Isn't every sketchbook a test page? Yes, it is. Ooh. Let's get like 5 colors. Ooh. Ooh, that's cool. Some nice earth, some nice like spiritual, yeah. This is a nice spiritual earth tone, is what I should say. I like it. This is cool. And then, yeah, this is nice. This is one of the colors that I wish I could see a lot more out in the field whenever I go outside and paint. I don't see these types of colors. Well, actually, we're getting a little darker, so I see a lot of the darker greens now. I don't see a lot of the light greens, but that's okay. Mostly, sometimes you want to see a lot of different colors and be as diverse as possible, and then sometimes you can't, and that's okay. I don't know why I'm adding red. I'm just painting over this now. This is a wash for something else. I might do a flame. Let's see if I can get a nice orange out of this. Okay. Okay. Nice. If I can blend it. If I can blend it just a little bit more. If I can blend it just a little bit more. Ooh, I like how the lines came on this wash too. That's the one thing that satisfies me about watercolor and now gouache as well. The dried implied lines that you get when you mix. Well, when you do a wash of certain colors, some colors like greens don't really work. They don't look right. But those purples and the green, the purples, the greens. No, I just said the greens don't work. The purples, the reds, and some of the blues work. They look very good. So this is about the rest of the yellow. So let's add a Sharpie here. Oh, this don't look right. Let's do this aqua pen, see how this goes. Oop, scraping up the paper now. We are seeing where it takes. We're seeing what it takes now. Yep, starting to come through here. Starting to come through right all on that area. But when you blend it, it actually looks very nice. I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but it looks very nice. I dried it out with the water. Well, I washed it out with the water. There we go. So let's see. Let's see, 3/4 angle of the back of the head. Let's see. Boom, boom. Boom. I did it. Boom. There you go. I did it. I'm proud of that. Yay. Okay. And let's see. So this is a mess. That's a mess. This works. This is 4 pages so far of 80 sheets in total. So, so firstly, if all of this is dry, we're going to do 6 more pages. Okay, cool. I mean, 6 more pages. We're going to do 2 more pages and make that a total of 6. 2, 4. 2. Yeah, 4 here. 5, 6. Yep. We could do this too. I don't know. Depends on how far I want to go with it. Let's see. Let's see. I'll take that one. I'll take that one. Let's see. My 0.8. My 0.8 is this one's dried out. I don't want to throw it away though. That's one thing I don't like doing. I don't like throwing away my my supplies. And here is a 5. There we go. I can use a 5 for this. That's good. So we got that. We got a 5. Let's see. Copic marker. We're gonna just do a little bit of a sketch. Maybe. Yeah. And we have some of this left over. So we are going to use all of this and these items here. And we're going to make something. What are we going to make? I don't know. All right, we're back. Slight break, but we're back. So that means, and I know what we're going to draw. But oh. This is too wet. I can't use this. I have to use it over here. Okay. Okay. So this is broken a little bit. Can I do this? Okay, cool. So we're gonna do a quick portrait. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Let's see. Strap goes this way. That way. I am actually using a reference from Tumblr just to speed this up a little bit because I actually do like it. I like that. All I see is a headshot of this woman here, so I'm gonna add some clothes here because this is our thing. We can do whatever we want until you run out of the right pencil. I don't know why I don't know why I'm using like blue for this, and honestly you can't really even see it, which is not going to be helpful. Let's see. I use my non-photo blue pencil for light sketches like this, but I didn't include it in this little art supply dump that I did in the beginning of the video, so it's I'm kind of working with all I have. And while I could pause the video to get it, this is a bit more fun because I've never actually used a color pencil for this. So let's do those eyes here. And then eyebrows. She has a hard shoulder here. So that means it's, when I say hard, that means it's just visible. And I'm not capturing all the features like I want to. I'm not capturing all of them like I want to, but it's working just a little bit. Okay. Let's just give her a little bit of flair here. And do the old artist trick of putting the hands behind the back, because we're not going to be drawing hands. So we're going to just put all of that behind the back. Because art memes. Art memes, everyone, art memes. But these are some good arms. I like them. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Okay, I like this just a little bit more. This is fun. Again, this is me doing random stuff, so I'm not even sure like what I want to do right now with this. Let's see. I think I made her neck too long. I don't know if I actually did, but I think I made her neck too long. And let's see. Boom, 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 boom. All right, sketchy, sketchy, sketch, 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 sketchy, sketch. And now my hand is frozen. That's what I get for having the AC on. Let's see. I'm just laying in the initial stuff, everybody. Please bear with me, mostly because, boom, her nose is tilted up a little bit, so I can't get much of a nose except there. Not, let's see. I can imply it here. Okay. All right. Do I even need this? I saw a speed paint on Twitter. I believe it was Sunday. Well, a few days ago, basically, from now, where the artist, he or she, basically did about 5 different line works over the same picture. They did like a color pencil sketch, and then a pencil sketch, and then an ink sketch, and then another ink sketch, and then another ink sketch, and then a bit of a marker sketch over that. And it was fascinating to see. I think I'm done with that. It was fascinating to see, but it was so odd the way they did it. And I just don't even know how else to explain it. So before we go, let's do the inks here. And we're going to boom, boom. She doesn't have too flat of a jaw. Yeah, that works. Boink, boink. Let's see her shoulder. Ooh, I made her neck too long. Oh, I knew it was gonna be something. I knew it was gonna be something. All right, so let's just go wild with the hair a little bit. When drawing clothes, do what you want. Follow the rules a little bit of drawing clothes, but study fabric is what the actual serious answer for this is. Because studying fabric and how fabric sits and moves is so important. And it is vital to understanding how movement in general works, especially in relation to the human form. But I don't think anybody's ready for me to lecture them about how to move things. But yeah, that's how I learned a little bit. Also, if you want to learn how to draw clothes, make sure you learn how to draw naked people. Yes, and learn how to draw them first so you can understand the anatomy. Once you understand the anatomy of how people work, once you understand how people work with anatomy and how people are actually built, you'll come to understand how fabric sits and how just about anything sits on the human body, because you can see how there is a skeleton. Well, not even just a skeleton, but like a mass of bodies, a mass of something that's under the clothing. The clothing isn't just there. And that's helpful. Or at least I hope it was helpful, because that's the best and only way that I actually like to explain how clothing works. Because a lot of people have asked me, a lot more people have asked me how clothing works than I actually have thought people ever asked me. I'll probably paint the background. Come on. It's that top lip that always gets me. There we go. That's much better. So right now she looks absolutely nothing like the reference, and that's fine with me because I wanted to do something different anyway. But I like where we're going right now. Break time. This is pretty good though. Now I'm just gonna add a couple of things here. A lot of her hair is actually in the way, but I didn't draw that. So let's draw that just a little bit. Got a little bit of hair over the, well, I got a lot of the hair over the eye, and I didn't mean to do that, so we're gonna have to work with it. Big oof, big oof, big oof. Boom. Okay. Like this eye that I did. Boom. Okay, now it looks like, I like it though. I'm not sure what type of lighting I should have gone with. This is again still on point with me being random. So we're gonna add a little bit of that. Let's see, let's add a bit of that. We're just adding texture to the hair right now so we can do something like this, basically. And most importantly, let's add the nose. So the way that this nose is shaped, we need to add the dark shadows, basically. And then a little bit of the ulna. No, that's not it. That's whatever that thing right there that ended in your nose is. I forgot. Man, this is what happens when you don't. Okay, so I forgot what the name of that is actually called. And it's probably something. I said ulna, but the ulna is the other bone in your arm. Study anatomy, kids, please. You will never regret it, and you will not end up like me. Okay. So I have a little bit of, let's see. Let's add that. This actually looks a lot like my character Alice, now that I think about it. I haven't drawn her in a while neither. I haven't drawn a lot of things in a while. So now, let's add my Copic. This is the only Copic marker I have. And it honestly smells good. Don't smell these markers, please. Laying down some shadow. Because the light is going this way. Boom, boom, boom. So we need to light these accordingly. And actually, okay. Oh, okay. So the Copic marker, be careful with the Copic marker as well, because the Copic marker will burn through this paper. Oh man, I didn't even get to try the rubbing alcohol I had for this. So that means that my ink, I didn't even do any heavy inks. That's okay, that's something I'm gonna have to do. But I didn't even do any heavy inks, so this is interesting. Boom. That means that a lot of this is actually going to be difficult to contend with. Boom. Boom. All right, so I'm gonna get an extra layer of the darkness, of the ink. And we're going to, actually, I'm gonna darken the background with the ink, and we're gonna see how that unfolds, basically. Okay. I think the lighting makes her I think the lighting makes her look a bit more sinister than she actually would be. I like it. So, let's add some ink. That should be enough. That should be more than enough. And let's add a bit of alcohol as well. And that is already got some of that falling out. Okay. So the rubbing alcohol combined with the India ink allows it to, how do I say this properly? The rubbing alcohol allows the India ink to mix a little bit better. And when it mixes, when it mixes with the India ink, they both spread out in a very particular form. It's cool, and it's very interesting to do. I actually don't remember how I first did this. I don't remember what caused me to actually There we go. That's much better. You can see the whole thing. I don't remember what actually caused me to first dilute ink, India ink with alcohol. But basically, once you do it, it looks a lot like the Copic marker, which is cool. Okay, so let's see how. Okay, so it burns through a lot too. It bleeds a lot too. So that's something that we have to be mindful of. So the whole point of this video was to test the limits of this sketchbook because I just wanted to. So I'm testing the limits, and I'm currently seeing that it's not as much as the limits are a lot lower than I thought they were. But they're still helpful. It's still good to know. It's still good to see. It's still good to see. It's still good to see, know, and do. It's still good to know these. So so I'm going to add a bit of blue in the background. Why? Because I just want to. So this is actually blue gouache combined with black India ink combined with a little bit of alcohol. Again, testing those limits, seeing how it goes, seeing how good it is. I like this. I like this a lot. So now we're going to add some red on this side. The thing about it is, if I were to actually do this, I would want to color code. Let's get those lines. I would want to color code it, but I just don't know how to do that properly. I don't really know what I just said. Basically, I would have wanted to color code it and make those lines just a little bit better. I will want to add some lighting. I'll do it right now. There we go. Just a little bit of that. So now let's actually do this too. Let's add some blue. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. So that wash is very good. That wash makes it a little bit, that's good. See, look, happy accidents, everybody. Happy accidents. I love it. Okay, so I like that. That was a nice accident, and I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did that. I am really, really glad I did that. Oh, that looked good. I like it. I'm gonna gawk over this for a couple of minutes. The red and blue, I really like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Did I say it? Did I say I like it already? I don't think I said it enough. So, let's see. So a lot of that didn't bleed over, but I'm pretty sure it's going to bleed over if I just continue this. So what we're going to do now, let me make sure I don't knock this water over. I'm just gonna fan over it a little bit. But the gouache dries a little bit faster than I thought it does. The gouache dries a lot faster, but with the water, it's starting to fray the paper. We'll figure that out. Ooh, and that's sticking together too. Not good, not good, not good at all. But that works. So, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna press this. I'm gonna close this whole thing up, and I'm gonna make sure these pages don't stick too hard. There you go. I made art by sticking art to art. It's an art sandwich. Okay. Now that that's done, we can go on to this thumbnail. All right. So with this thumbnail, this is the first one. This is the idea that I have. Oh, one. I'm going to move over here to do the rest of them. Or at least see how these can work. Because if this works, I'm actually going to I'm gonna use this. Again, I am sketching with a pen because the mistakes that you typically see are the ones that you might want to end up including in your own work, because they subconsciously, the mistake that you made is something that you wanted to add, but you didn't know how to add it, and your brain decided to add it subconsciously, but now you're stuck trying to wonder why it was there. That's the psychology of most things. So this character that I'm actually drawing is my character Gwen. She is, well, this is her in her energy form. Again, very much a simple design, and I'm glad I kept it like that because her designs get more complex as she assumes a physical form. So that's just something that, ooh, let's see. Okay, so the micron does bleed through a little bit. It's right here. That's good to know. So right now, again, we are just painting. We are making a thumbnail for the front of this book. I'm gonna have to use a lot of acrylic ink. Why did I do that? I'm gonna have to use a lot of acrylic paint to do this, and I don't have orange. That's gonna be unfortunate. I'm gonna have to make some orange. So hopefully I actually want to keep this all together in one video. But I don't know how I'm gonna edit this. So let's see. The eye line is there. Ooh, ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't like this too much, but this will work. Okay. 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 All right. I like it. So I'm gonna take this one and then the first one. The first one is a lot more sketchy, but fit to the form. So I'm gonna take that just a little bit, and then this one as well. And we are going to add that together. But now, the question is, so I can make as many mistakes as I want here because this is going to be covered up by the paint. It actually might not, I don't know. But we're going to find out. I'm just, I'm really all over the place right now with this. Probably going to cut this part out. Okay, so refer to that first sketch with this right here. All I'm doing right now is making sure these lines are proper and making sure the eyes are lined up with the ear, because that's the one thing that you have to make sure you do. If the eyes have to be lined up with the ear, because if it's not, it's going to look weird. Well, actually, it's not necessarily going to look weird because that could be how you do it, but it will be odd, off-putting. But she doesn't have a mouth, so that's something that I don't have to worry about too much. This is coming together very nicely. So now that I got that out of the way, let's make sure the ear is proper. And here, I'm actually, I actually just thought about it. Here is where I'm doing the line work over the line work over the line work over the line work, like I just talked about earlier. This is the conversations I have with myself sometimes are just hilarious, but informative nonetheless. So I've done this type of posing a lot, where I just have the head like this. And let's drop that too. Okay. So we're gonna have some color here, then that color is going to bleed over the edge over here. And then I could do this as well. Cool. I like that. Wow. Okay, that kind of works. That works nicely. So what I'm going to do is color in these eyes. Okay. This is a little something. It's a little something that I do like. I like it a lot. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. I like it. Now. Because we're actually only going to need 3 colors. Where's my palette? There we go. I'm not sure how well the I'm not sure how well the paints are going to mix just yet. Oh, I didn't even get to use this. This is broken now. We'll figure it out, though. We will figure it out. So right now, I'm actually going to need another one of these. Right now, let's mix our orange. Because we, oh no, that's not good. All right, so that's just gonna stay on this board now. I like to keep my stuff clean, but you know, it's hard to do that when you have to keep everything in certain places. Okay. Let's actually do something different. Let's mix in some yellow gouache. Only reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to find the yellow acrylic. And I actually want to see what this will do. I like that. That's a good orange. That is a nice orange right there. Okay. Now, let us make purple. That is a nice purple. That is a great purple. That is nice. Okay. Purple is made. Let's put that there and not have it roll, please. Okay. And we're just gonna use blue as well, in addition to that. So this is very nice. And I didn't notice this. I noticed this when I first got the book, and I noticed it even before then. This cover is very textured. So it's textured like a canvas, meaning that I actually was probably supposed to paint on this eventually. And I'm glad I'm able to do that, because this is going to be satisfying once I'm done with it. But I do have to layer this up a lot. So this is going to be tough. Maybe. Let's add some more now. All right, there we go. Much better. I might just cut the whole thing out. Okay, this is looking good. Okay. All right. This paint is I'm starting to smell the fumes of this paint, and it's not bad. I don't know. Wait, if it's not bad, if it doesn't smell too bad, it may actually be worse. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. All right, this is looking well. Ew, I got some stuff in my nose. This is looking well. This is looking better than I thought it would, and I'm very happy for that. Looking so good. Now, I did forget what I wanted to use. I forgot what color I wanted to use for this bottom part, but I'm going to figure that out. I hope you have been enjoying this entire session, because this is honestly all I could call it. This is there's been a lot of stuff I've been able to fit in here, and I'm just super happy that it's gone well. My new camera has gone well as well. I've said that too many times. My new camera is also keeping up with the pace of everything. So I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful for a myriad of other things that I can't say about just yet, but it is fun. I like it. I think that's where I'm going to put the eye. And see, without overdoing too much. So now let's leave this to dry for a little bit. Okay. So now that that has dried just a little bit, I'm going to have to leave this in here. I'll leave that in there for a second. Now that that has dried just a little bit, I'm going to have to dry this off too. We can move on to the background for a little bit while that's actually drying. And the background is going to be a little bit fun because of how much blue we have. So, just have to be very slow with it and methodical. And we're gonna end up painting a line here. So this is gonna be a little fun. So we're gonna end up painting a line here, and I'm gonna go a little further here. I'm gonna go just a little. I'm gonna push it just a little bit in to make the head shape just a little bit better. There you go. Got a curve in the neck too. So that's much better. That's better than I wanted it to be. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna add this a little bit too. So these are all flat, and I'm going to need to add, there we go. I'm going to need to add some line work after I'm done with the painting. There's that line work. Line work is so important when it comes to stuff like this. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to use my ink brush. I don't want to use I don't want to use a brush too much. Wait, no, I don't. I mean, okay. I don't want to use the brush too much here. Let's use up the rest of this gouache too. Doink. So we have ultramarine, acrylic blue, and then we have phthalo, Prussian blue. Prussian blue, is it Prussian blue? Is that Prussian blue? That probably is. So we have Prussian blue gouache paint as well. This is looking good. It's not as straight as I want it to be, but it's still better. I like it. Gotta add a bit of acrylic back here. So the one thing that I was nervous about doing when I started this was the jaw, because Gwen has a very particular point in her jaw when she's in this form that I leave it there every time because that's just how I got so used to drawing portraits like that. It just kind of bled into her actual design for her character, and I really liked it. And it's been 3 years since I kind of made it solidified, basically. I drew her back in 2016 like this, and I didn't understand what I had drawn until a year later when I just absolutely fell in love with it, and I was a bit more mature in my journey, and I just I loved it. I loved it back then, and I just kept it, and I stuck with it. And it's never failed me. All right, so let's get on this edge. Okay, boom, 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 boom. And I'm over the line again. Okay. Man, this is all terrible. This is all a failure. Oh yeah, I could have did that. All right, this little streak is nice on this book, honestly. I just hope it holds out and holds up. gonna go over this one. I'm gonna have to hold this thing too, because I do not want this on my table, and I want the paint to dry properly. So let's take this out. Okay, that's dried up, so that's good. And now we can actually well, not yet. Let me dry this a little bit. Well, I shall keep going. Let's see. Right there. The last part, which is the most important one that I want to make sure I get right before I do too much, is the eye. It looks good though. So let's drag it out like that. She has purple streaks in her eyes. This is a lot more brown than I want it to be. Well, not brown, but it's a lot more red. So let's add a bit of blue to it. That's much better. All right, let's try this again. Okay, so I'm gonna spec this all over the place. This is gonna be interesting. All right, so a lot of this is starting to dry, which is good. Mostly, except that little piece. Most of this is going to be dry, so that's good. So now I can do some line work. I'm going to use the same purple to define some of the features in the face. Well, not the face, she doesn't really have a face, but the ears and stuff like that. That works. So I can't have it on here too wet though. Just a fleck, just a fleck. So now let's get some orange. What I'm doing right now is just to give her a bit of an outer glow in the void of space, basically. But she's not really in space. She's in blue, so that blue would kind of be water, if anything. But I always end up giving her a little bit of an outline, just to make it look a little better. Pull it out here. And pull it out there. Oh man, this blue side is gonna get me if I don't let it dry properly. All right. So that's work. Oh, my fingerprints. At the end of the day, whenever I paint, I always anticipate to have the dirtiest hands. The dirtiest of hands afterwards. And I never disappoint myself. Every single time. So we're honestly kind of done here. I have to just let all this dry. But the only reason I've been holding it is because for one, the lighting actually looks good here. and 2, if I let this thing touch anything, it's going to stain everything. Let me get a dip of water, carry that out this way. So I can pull those lines up and out, and this way and that way. Okay. So I can drop this here. Boink. Boom. Okay. So that's there now. All right, let's there's a fingerprint on this okay. This works. I like it. I like it. I like it. So I'm gonna call it quits there, because it's only gonna get more complicated afterwards. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching. Excuse me, I burped. I want to thank you all for watching. Just my foray into a new sketchbook, because this little thing is fun, and I love how it turned out. I love how the cover turned out, even with all of my busyness that I did here with all of these sketches. But it turned out better, and I'm pretty sure thumbnailing it is the only way that I actually got it to be the way it was, because I actually didn't have an idea of what to do here. This was the only way that I really wanted to do it, honestly. But here we are. I did 6 pages, kind of. There we go. I had to be careful with these in the future, because these are gonna rip themselves apart. But yeah, that's how this works. Let me put this paint away. And here's this, and I like these. I like this little sketch too. This one is pretty fun. There's a lot more that I could have done with this, but it's just, I like how it. I like it. I can just. There's a stage. It's at a stage where I can leave it and be confident in it. So yeah, that's how this entire thing has turned out. So I wanna do something stupid. So here are most of the actual pieces and supplies that went into all of this. They're just there. They're just here. They are just here. I cleaned out all of this. And yeah, this is just, I like it. Yeah, story of my life, basically. So, again, with all of that being said, I want to thank you all for watching. I'm glad you joined me on this little art journey that I had here. A new foray into a new sketchbook. But I'm pretty sure I've said all this multiple times already. But I have to say it again, because for the sake of me being consistent and not losing my mind. That was not funny. But again, thank you all for watching. And if you are new here to the channel, I want you to hit that little subscribe button, give this video a like, and tell me what you liked about the video in the comments below. And tell me if you like the cover too, because I like the cover, but I want to see if you like it all as well. This lighting is not allowing it to be the best it can be. Probably gonna have to take a picture of it and show it. But yeah, again, I just want to thank you all for watching, and until next time, I will see you all later.